Discover 4 unique highlights across my vintage comic collection. First, explore the thrilling new graphic novels I read right here today. Second, join me uncovering rare vintage finds and hidden gems during massive weekend comic book hauls. Finally, browse through countless organized comic boxes and admire colorful issues displayed beautifully on classic spinner racks. Subscribe today and share your favorite classic comic book memories in the comments below.
Hello everybody, it's me, Lady Pop Hunter here, and today we have the spinner rack. This is the spinner rack that David bought. It's been a few months now. He bought this spinner rack, and every month we go around and we change the books on the spinner rack. And we just change it out and we put new books just to showcase, and so people can see what we have. We only put one book per slot because you put too much and it'll start bending up on you. So we only put one book per slot. But this is our spinner rack, and we're going to see what's on it. So we'll start here. So as you can see, this is Spidey Comics from Marvel, and this is from the Electric Company. Now this rack right here is David's rack. I don't know a lot about the Spidey Comics, but I know it's part of the Electric Company. David's big into Spidey Comics. And let's see, he has quite a few. So he has the number 1. And let me back this up a little bit. See if I can get the whole thing in the shot. So you got Spidey number 1 from the Electric Company, and Spider-Man crawling down the wall. And then you got some little kids here and a guy. I don't know what that guy is doing, but I'm sure he's up to no good, because they always up to no good. Spidey comic number 5, Super Stories. And you have this boy here, he on stage playing, and you got this guy, he looked like he got some type of power, electrical power, and he's about to give this guy a charge. Spider-Man's about to put an end to that though. What we got here? We got these kids, Spidey, and Dr. Doom is in there. So he's up to no good. Doomsday at the UN. So I guess these kids here are going to the UN for a tour. Dr. Doom got something else in mind. We got Silver Surfer and Dr. Doom. Who is this guy? Surrounded by the Sandman. So we got Spider-Man and the Sandman. Spider-Man was a big character. And I know I've said before, if you've been watching my channel, that I'm not a big fan of Spider-Man, but honestly, I've been reading some of the Spider-Man comics, and it's really good. And I got introduced to Spider-Man in the comics when I was reading my Man-Thing, because I have the Man-Thing omnibus, and I read through the whole thing, and it had a couple of issues with Spider-Man in it. And I was so surprised with the Spider-Man character that I was like, okay, this might not be so bad. And then I got a lot of comics, and it had some Spider-Man books in it. And I had it for a while, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna read it. It's an older comic. It's not the newer stuff, okay? Because I was only introduced to the Spider-Man that's in the movies, and I didn't care for it. I thought it was kiddish. It was kind of childish. It wasn't up my alley, so I didn't care for it. And I read the one with Morbius. I was like, wow, this is actually a pretty good story. I also like Spider-Man number 50. I haven't read it yet, but that is one of my all-time favorite covers. And I have another cover by of Spider-Man that I bought. I think it's number 75. I can't remember right now. But the point is, Spider-Man is not as bad as I thought. This is Ripley's Believe It or Not by Gold Key. They have 94 issues. Came out in 1965. It's an anthology. And the Gold Key is actually volume 2 because it came out earlier in the 1950s. And it also was a newspaper strip. And these actually are some pretty good stories. This one is a Whitman reprint. These are actually some really good stories. You'll be surprised. I was actually surprised by how good these stories were. I don't know what I expected, but I thought it was going to be some garbage. But it was actually pretty good. So I was surprised. So I would recommend that if you're looking for, just something to read. Something not too heavy. It's just, like I said, it's an anthology, so you don't really have to follow up, read it in order, and all of that. And that's the one thing I do love comics, but if you don't have the whole run and all these little extra stuff that these people are in, you get lost. Sectars. We saw that cartoon. Actually a pretty good cartoon. The premise is good. The only thing I didn't like about the cartoon is loud. They got this music blaring in the background, and it makes it hard to hear what's going on. So Smurfs are a real good one. Amazing Spider-Man. No, this is Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. The Spider-Man that I'm finding interesting is the Amazing Spider-Man and also Peter Parker. I read the Morbius I read was in the Peter Parker. Another excellent cartoon, Exo Squad, came out in the 90s. I actually have that toy line. Amazing toy line. Great cartoon. If you want a cartoon that's more serious and I don't know, I guess it's adult theme, more adult or teenager theme. I like the way that they address certain topics. I think they did a really good job, and that's something you might enjoy if you like well done cartoons. So tell me what you think about the spinner rack. This is our spinner rack, and something that I might do kind of often just to show you what we have on the spinner rack, books that we have. Also on this channel, I do what am I reading. So every month, I try to talk about the comics I've read the prior month, and also going through my comics and showing them. Right now, I'm on my war comics. I have quite a bit of war comics. So I'm actually going through that right now and showing that. So, as always, I just want to say thank you to everybody that took the time out to stop by and watch the video. I really appreciate it.